Good evening, fellow travelers on the spaceship Earth. How are we all doing tonight? Does the music work? We don't know if the music works. Give it a second. Now the music's working. Hey Peugeot, hey Tuan. Good to see both of you guys. How are we doing tonight? How's everybody doing tonight? All right. Alrighty. And we're still working on last night of the year. Should be coming in. Good evening, Brent. That's a lot of ducks. At least all your ducks are in a row. Right. See, I think I'm clever. This is why I think I'm clever. So, we are still working on last night of the year. But I think I don't want to, I'm kind of a little concerned about the idea of starting working on the back end, or starting to work on the front end of this without working on the back end. I'm concerned about that a little bit. Right. By the way, you want to talk about a mood? Here's a mood. Right? There's a mood. That is a serious mood. Hey, Art. That's my mood for tonight. Janky Optimus. This is my mood. All right. How are you doing tonight, Art Rich Studio? Yes, I still have it as an adult. I just took a picture of it a minute ago. It is... My poor Optimus is not doing so well. I'm going to draw today. I mean, well, maybe. I hope I'll draw today. Hoping for drawing... I don't know. We'll see. Right? The game plan for the week is hopefully to get issues 2 and 3 back from my editors and finish this guy up. This guy shouldn't take long to do. Most of the stuff's already done. I just need to come up with the hospital room, which we could do real quickly here and try to figure it out. Come up with a more reasonable hospital room for what we're doing. In fact, I think I'll go on ahead and start constructing that tonight, because that seems like a better thing to do than to try to tackle this. Requests are not open, not while I'm working. I still got things to do. Got lots to do. A lot to do. Oh, hi, Art. My name is Guy. Here, let me show you. I read a comic that's called, click, It's on the far left side there. I read a comic called Bellatrix Rising. If you are coming in, if you're coming in off of, oh hey, Art Crumbs. If you're coming in off of Art Crumbs is joining us right now. That's to the right there. That's Godsbane. You can find both of them out there on globalcomics.com. Mine's globalcomics.com/C/Bellatrix-Rising. And Art Crumbs is globalcomics.com/C/Godsbane. And
hi, Brad.
I think. Not sure if there's a dash in there or not.
There's a dash, yeah.
Is there a reason for the dash?
Yeah, it's because if you have multiple languages, what it'll do is it'll, at the end of that, like Godsbane dash whatever, it'll add, like, each language will have its own unique URL.
Oh, okay. I don't have multiple versions yet, but I could see that being a cool thing at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super cool. I have, I've already, like, hi guys, what's up? Sorry, I'm a little late. I had to drag my ass out of bed. Sorry. Oh, language, sorry. I had to drag my butt out of bed.
It's all right. This is the night stream.
I'm so sleepy.
You can be sleepy.
I was sitting there. I was, like, doom scrolling through, like, TikTok shorts. Not TikTok, YouTube shorts. And I was like, oh shoot, it's 11 o'clock.
I appreciate you joining me.
Yeah, I need to. I gotta get stuff done.
I gotta get stuff done too.
Is Art Crumbs know SpongeBob in childhood? Yeah, I knew SpongeBob as a kid. I'm 32. I remember SpongeBob. Okay.
Why are you wrong, Chuan? Jackson's right. That's correct. Chuan said.
Yep, Jackson is correct.
Jackson.
Yeah, I just have Art Crumbs. I should probably change that. Let me change that, because that's probably confusing to people.
Yeah, unless, you can put whatever you want there.
Oh yeah, I'll put Jackson in there just to, like, help.
It is all good. However you wish to do this is fine by me.
There we go. Make it easy for everybody.
Okay.
It'll probably help my, it'll help my YouTube, peeps too.
Probably, yes.
Even I will mess up sometimes, because I'll be like, hey cat, get a grip, or dang it cat, I'll be like, wait, I don't have to call myself that anymore.
No, you don't. You can call yourself what?
So even I mess up. No, I don't use TikTok, no. I meant YouTube, not TikTok, so I just said the wrong word. Because even my brain just derps sometimes. How is everybody doing?
So far okay. Just as you asked, I swallowed crooked, so I was like, well, great, I'm not gonna be able to talk now. So here I am dying. But yeah, no, for the most part, we're doing fine.
That's good. This is my third stream of the day. I am so wiped out.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad you're here, but I kind of feel bad that, we're trying to kill you off here,
I'd be drawing anyway. Have I shown you my personal schedule? I don't think I've shown it to you. I have a personal schedule that I have that keeps track of my hourly should do.
Mm-hmm. Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Basically, yeah, that's me.
Oh, I'm just helping Brent.
Let's see.
Commentary.
I've got it here somewhere. Here it is. Look at this atrocity. It's
oh my god.
Atrocity. I track every hour so that I know this is my ideal schedule. What should I be doing at this time? And breaks, I take breaks as I need them. So like, or what could I be doing at that hour? So it's not necessarily like the Godsbane plus YouTube is if I want to stream, that's when I would stream. I have our evening streams in there, and then if I stream on Discord, it's on Sunday. So on Sundays, I technically could stream 3 times. And same thing on Wednesday, I would stream 3 times. So yeah, just really crazy day, crazy week. But this is like my optimum schedule. So, and that's 7 hours of sleep. And scared for me, that's 7 hours of sleep. That's plenty. I usually don't even sleep that much.
Damn it.
Huh?
You mean that too? Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, like 7 hours. Like my body just doesn't sleep more than like 7 hours usually.
Yeah.
It like wakes up on its own.
Stupid body.
Yeah, so usually I just lay in bed and like slowly wake up, and then by 8 I have to be like out of bed.
Fair.
Because I'm trying to having breakfast, even though I hate eating breakfast. I'm not a breakfast person, but I'm trying to like teach myself to make breakfast. And the only way I've learned to goad myself into making breakfast is by trying different Japanese breakfast foods. That's how I get myself out of breakfast.
Kind of fair.
I've learned that I actually really like having miso soup or any type of like suimono for breakfast.
Suimono.
I actually recently started oh shoot, what's the word for it? Shoot, what's it called? My brain is derping on me.
Derping.
I think this is what it is. Let me double check it. Yeah. Chazuke. Ochazuke.
Chazuke. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, chazuke. Yep. I really like having that for breakfast because I get to have both my tea and my food for breakfast. So I get to literally have both. So that's what I've been doing for breakfast lately is chazuke.
Mm.
I don't know if that's a breakfast food, but it is now.
You're like, I'm gonna make it a breakfast food, and you can't stop me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Gaijin gonna do Gaijin things.
3 meters, 4 meters, 3.5 meters.
Yeah, I really like it. It's good. I have the salmon variety, or the I have a bunch of like the salmon variety, and then I have a mushroom one that I can't wait to try.
Mm-hmm.
So really looking forward to trying that one once I finish up all the salmon ones. Because it's all in like one giant pack, and so I don't want to have like 15 million different flavors already opened.
Right.
So I'm gonna finish out that one. But if you guys don't know what chazuke is, it's basically it works best, and I've tried this. It does work best with leftover rice. And correct me if I'm wrong, guy. You don't even bother like heating the rice, right? You just put the tea and like the toppings like onto the rice. Do you cook the rice first? Oh, you do heat it first.
I mean, you do cook the rice, but I mean, because you don't want to eat it raw.
Right, yeah, it's leftover rice, but you don't like reheat it.
No, you don't reheat it. You just pour that by pouring the broth over it, that heats it automatically.
Yeah, I made the mistake the first time. I reheated it first.
Yeah, so you'll just mess up things, and people will start crying, and then
Godzilla comes up
and it'll be horrible.
Yeah. Well, I was like, well, of course it makes sense to reheat your rice first. Of course that makes logical sense to foreigner brain. So I made that mistake. So I've already got my rice in the fridge, cooling for tomorrow. So I'm gonna have my yummy tea rice. But it's basically, instead of like a regular broth, it's tea. It's just tea. But it's just with like the dashi and whatever. It's really, really good.
Yep.
I think I had that a couple weeks ago, and I've just like kept eating it because I like it so much. I was like, I could eat this for breakfast. This might make me a breakfast person.
Right.
And sometimes I like to make tamagoyaki. But I like to when I'm folding it, I like to put when I'm waiting to roll it, I'll put like just a small amount of like furikake like on it and then roll it. That way it's on the inside and it can like flavor the eggs a little bit. I don't know if that's a hygiene thing, but I like it. It's yummy.
That makes sense.
I was really mad because I bought this green one, not realizing what it was, and it's freaking wasabi. And that was
freaking wasabi.
I hate wasabi. I can't stand wasabi. So that was a mistake. Mistakes were made.
I regret my life choices.
Yeah. And now I'm like, well, now I'm sitting here with this like furikake that I'm not going to use. So I'm like trying to use it, and I just cry every time I eat it. But I don't want it to go to waste.
Right.
R.I.P.
See, this is working pretty well. Man. Yep. Brilliant. Which way do I want to do this?
Let's see, I think that is good enough. Okay. I don't know how people can just like completely black fill hair and have it like look amazing. What is this witchcraft?
All right.
I'm sure it's like form and just like making sure like it looks good. I'll move this over here. So I can have my reference there. Let's see.
That worked remarkably well, actually.
Dun, dun, dun. How's everyone tonight, though?
But seriously, how's everybody tonight?
Yeah, that's all right. I just like came in here and like totally destroyed all the conversation. My apologies.
You're not bothering me at all. I was just like, that just sounded really funny. It was like, but seriously, how's everybody?
I came in like a wrecking ball. Just like this.
I don't know why that cracked me up, but it did. It was just very funny.
You made me laugh too.
Oh, man. Or maybe, should I do it that way? No. This is what's wonderful about just building generic pieces of sets. I'm just going to build a set that's a medical room out of the pieces that are all over the place here.
Mm-hmm.
All these wonderful pieces that are already designed and pre-set up for this, so I don't have to work too hard at making new things for everything here.
There you go. Work smarter, not harder.
Right? It's the whole battle plan right there.
Yeah, why work harder when you don't have to? Nobody got time for that.
Right? Ain't nobody got time for that.
I love that meme.
Other than that, I'm just trying to get kind of to the point where I can put together my last night of the year comic. Door just came open. Let's not do that. Let's grab the whole thing.
It's the ghosty.
Oh, I got to. We got to see Elementals over the weekend.
Oh, how was it?
It was very lovely. It was very Pixar.
Oh, really? I mean,
like,
yeah.
You know, like it's just Pixar. It's always Pixar, and it's just the way Pixar always is, and I love it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they have a vibe.
Yeah, they have a total vibe.
That was very Zoomer of me to say it that way. Help, they're corrupting me.
Yeah. Actually, maybe I'll put this over here against the wall. This is a medical bay, so I can assume it's not going to be like it's going to be full of things in here that feel like it's going to have like crowded machinery and stuff like that, because it's going to be a medical bay, like it should be, as it should be.
Alright, we're going to try lasso fill twice. Let me actually make a temporary mark here. Alright, let's grab our white fill. Let's actually try this.
This is a very specific plant on. Got all items. put the bed nearest the window. Chair. And then I'll put something over there. Whoa, 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 whoa. What just popped into place? And why? That was weird. Yes, yes, yes. I'm aware that you're annoyed. Thank you very much.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me? Hey, listen! Hey, listen! Hey, listen!
Right. Isn't that right? Stupid.
Yep.
Like burn. Yes, yes, yes. I know you're annoyed. Boing. Yes, yes, yes. I'm aware you're annoyed.
Pay attention to me! Pay attention! I just picture it being like the Duolingo bird, eventually. Oh, so I have the right color selected.
Remarkably close to the wall. I don't know if I want that way. That's not that noise. I guess it works. This seems really close to this wall.
I don't know why my pen is having such a hard like. What it'll like if I like draw my lines too fast together, like it'll like bubble it like as if I was drawing without pen pressure. I'm trying to figure out why it's doing that.
That is weird.
I've never had that problem before.
Yes.
Probably something in my pressure settings.
Yeah, or could be Microsoft, whatever
Oh,
ink.
maybe. Yeah, I've heard that'll cause it to do that.
From time to time, I'll get ink issues too, much to my dismay.
Yeah, it's making it really hard to like ink without like I'm constantly having to undo it, and that's messing with my process. As an inker, I don't like my process messed up.
Right. People.
Like, oh my god, guys, like, stop messing with my process.
Just saying.
Let's see. Oh, soy sauce? Do you get like soy sauce, or do you get like tamari sauce?
Me? I like sauce.
Both, because Brent said that he ran out of soy sauce. So, which one did you say you get, Guy?
I like tamari sauce personally.
Same. It's not just because of the sea lake. Like I genuinely like the flavor better.
That's fair.
That was such a Japanese way to respond.
Yeah, boon, boon, boon. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. I've noticed I've started doing that too every once in a while. Like I'm not like I don't do it on purpose, but I've noticed I do that too now.
I have issues, people. I just admit it.
I just never noticed it until like I heard you do it. And I was like, wait, I do that.
Like, hey, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. It was through one of those like you know the have you seen that video where the cat like it's a black cat and it like stretches its neck out, but it's like an effect or something? That was me. I was like, what?
Yep. We've gotten all quiet now. I'm not even really sure we still have music running. Do we have music? Let's do Future Pop instead. I'm changing music. Hey there, Chauncey. Welcome to the show. We've got interesting things kind of going on here.
Yeah, quite a few different things today. What's up? Doing pretty good. Working on some more manga pages. The usual. Pain and suffering. I think I've drawn this panel like 3 times in the last couple days. Well, that's alright. Been kind of experimenting with different style and different ways of doing things, so that's perfectly fine. Trying to get to a point where I focus less on tone and like just let the line art shine for what it is. I'm trying to get to that point in my own art.
My life.
A lot of the times I'm a little insecure about not coloring things, and by extension that kind of goes to toning, because a lot of people say that like stuff that's just line art is really boring to look at, that isn't toned or colored or something. So I still struggle with like a little bit of that insecurity. So sometimes I feel obligated to try to make it look more interesting than just line art.
That's
even
very strange.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of something I'm struggling with a little bit lately. Just feeling like kind of insecure about my own inking. I don't know if that's just people being people, but because I prefer like just line art in general. Like if I'm looking at any art, I prefer just line art. Right. I want to be able to like soak that beauty in.
I'll agree with that. Red dot. Are
you working on anything, Chauncey? Or are you just coming here for the vibes today?
The vibe's good. Vibe with us. We're good. It's cool having my sister here for a while there.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It went well. I mean, I love my sister quite a bit. She's a very different person than I am. So it's always kind of nice having her around. But also, we don't clash much because, you know, she's just who she is, you know. right? Working on a page and watching with us, that's the point of the show. Join us while we work.
Yep.
Literally what we do.
Yep, it's called body doubling.
Yep.
All right.
Being stupid. This is fun. I'll actually keep this, but right now it'll at least give you an idea of what I want to do.
Tangents! There we go, fix it. Can't have tangents around here.
Nope,
Chicken
nope.
tenders.
You know how I go on war against tangents.
Oh, same.
I hate tangents.
Not on my watch. Never!
Yeah, no tangents on the rest of my clothes either.
Oh, for some reason that didn't move with it. Why is my text on a separate layer than my bubble? What's this about? Huh? Okay. Weird. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna go on a different layer.
You won't mind, will you?
Yes, I will. Let me try this. Oh, that's right. Ours doesn't really use conjunctions that much.
All right, let's take a look at this. Oh, that's not bad at all. That actually looks kind of kick butt for something that just was created about 30 seconds ago.
He looks kind of lopsided.
His hair or my
His hair, because you can't see that it juts inward here, so it looks a little lopsided, like it. So, you know, I didn't think about that part. I guess I could put it here. I just don't want them looking. I guess I didn't want them looking at the knife first, but I guess that'll work. I think that's balanced.
Incoming message headed your way there.
See, how long have you been working on Godsbane? Do you have anyone you inspire? Oh yeah, definitely. Yes to the second question, but let me answer your first one. So the the short answer is I've been working on this version of Godsbane, like this edition of Godsbane, for maybe like 2 weeks. But I started Godsbane 2010. So I was in my animation classes, and I created the first 2 characters for Godsbane in 2010 and 11, respectively. When I was studying animation, I needed like test dummies, and so like that's where those 2 characters came from. Is they were just my test dummies in my animation classes. And then one day the teacher asked me like how those 2 characters knew each other, because I was kind of like jokingly drawing them together, and I've been trying to figure out that question like ever since. So that's how it started, and then since 2010 and now, well, until last year, really, like March of or January of last year, I kind of did a bunch of test runs just to like experimenting with style. I did an internship at Tokyo Pop. I got an animation and illustration degree. Like I did a wide variety of things, just like trying to learn about making manga and comics. And then last January, I started like the first version of Godsbane, like the first like official version, where I was like earnestly trying to actually move forward and complete it. I'll grab a link for you really quick. And then a couple months ago, I entered the Manga Plus competition, held by Shueisha, which is like Viz Media, Shonen Jump, Young Animal, like all kinds of stuff. And I got 7th place in May, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. On your behalf, if that makes any sense.
Right? Yeah, but I got a lot of really great feedback, like constructive feedback. Let me send you a link here. So the first 2 chapters are up, that I did. And then just a few weeks ago, not even, about a month ago, I was at San Diego Comic-Con, and I got to sit down with Viz Media with the portfolio review, and they gave me some really good feedback, and a business card to follow up with. So I've been kind of like, I'm hoping to be able to like work with the editor that I spoke to there to sort of like just grow, gain more skills, like both general skills, and like see what I might be able to do to get Godsbane to like a publisher's level of standard, like in general, not necessarily for Viz, but just in general. Like what can I do in general to get Godsbane up to like a professional standard? So yeah, it's kind of taken me 13 years to get to this point. I've been mostly focusing on just writing and stuff, so only really in the last 2 years I've really like committed to like drawing it. And then as far as to answer your second question, do you have anyone who inspired you or had influence on your life? Yeah, one of the biggest people would be Gary Barker. Gary Barker was one of my professors at art school. I went to Ringling College of Art and Design. He was the person who actually got me into comics. Initially I was going into animation, and then I ended up realizing that animation wasn't for me. And he kind of helped me figure out that comics would work really well, because I mean, comics and animation are basically cousins. They're pretty similar, well, you know, almost the same thing, not quite, but they're relatively, they have the same basic skill set. So he suggested I look into comics, and so I did. But even before that, it was my animation teacher who asked me, like, dude, these 2 characters know each other. So like without him, there would be no Godsbane, like, at all. I probably would have continued drawing those characters and probably would have focused and stayed in animation, probably. But as far as like other creators, Kim Jong-gi has been a really big influence on me. I really love his work. I love his brushwork. He was one of the guys that really got me interested in like doing heavy inking and brushwork. So thank Kim Jong-gi for that. But as far as like manga wise, it's probably like, if I had to pick like a single creator who's influenced me the most, it's probably Yoshihiro Togashi, the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho. And Rumiko Takahashi.
Yeah, Rumiko's got to be in there somewhere.
She is, yeah. So yeah, she was Inuyasha was like really, when I like, Yu Yu Hakusho was my first anime and my second manga. My first manga was Shaman King. So that's kind of technically the manga that like set it off for me. Was like, oh god, there's manga. Like, so that was my very first manga, which was sadly wasn't finished at that time. It is now. So it was really important for me was to like read my first manga. And then I read Yu Yu Hakusho, and then I was introduced to Inuyasha, and Inuyasha was life changing for me. Like that completely spiraled me into oh my god, like manga is so amazing and cool. And then like when I finally started drawing a couple years later, it was really pivotal. Like I drew Inuyasha all the time. Huh?
I was talking to George. He's being a pet. George has pulled the water line off of this thing like twice, my AC unit. So I'm just making sure he's not pulling.
Naughty boy.
Yeah, he wants the water out of it, and he's discovered that the air conditioning is creating water.
Oh.
So he's...
It's not good water for him, is it?
He's one of those cats that likes only fresh water, you know? So his water is all... even though we've got the little automatic waterer thing that cycles the water, it's not clean enough for him.
Oh. I only want the finest water.
Yes, he wishes to have only Perrier water. Although I think
I remember those. I remember those commercials.
Yes.
I'm gonna make these a little bit bigger, a little bit more space. Oof, that's a little tight there. I actually heard someone that got really butthurt over the fact that like Western creators will make the tall balloons, like when they make their balloon bubbles. They're like, they don't need to have vertical tall bubbles because like that's only for the Japanese language, and it's so like cringy that they do like tall vertical bubbles, but they don't need to. I'm like, that's part of the. Who cares?
Yeah. Like, what? Your comic, I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm like, why do you care so much? Who hurt you?
Yeah, show us on the doll where the vertical balloons hurt you.
Yeah. Like, I'll use vertical bubbles if I damn well please. Alright, I'm gonna do the burbs. I've been wanting to draw the burbs for a while, and I've not been drawing burbs, and I want to draw the burbs.
Burbs aren't real.
These burbs are very real. They're ghost sparrows that are on fire. Those are definitely real burbs. Fire sparrows. They mean death is nearby, basically. Like, it means basically like someone's locked onto you, and like you better like go hide somewhere and lay low for a while. It's not good to see those birds. They follow like Miyape, like the spirit, the type of spirit that Aro turns into. Like they follow spirits like him and eat the scraps that they leave behind. Like they're like little vampire bats, but birds.
Vampire birds.
You basically vampire birds. Don't mess with the vampire birds, or they'll mess with you.
Or then pizza will send out for you.
What is it?
Are you more of a socializing person or very independent? Oh, pretty much can answer that one.
I mean, you can answer that one too, guy.
Oh no, I'll let you go ahead and say it. It's aimed at you.
Okay, well, both. I'm gonna be lame. I'm gonna say both because my job is to be very social. I'm very good at being social for my job. You know, I work in community management during the day, so I enjoy talking to people, like especially like about manga and about comics. You know, doing community management, you talk to people all the time. You know, like that's literally your job description. However, I really do like having time to be able to be alone. If I had my personal choice, like in my free time, I spend it alone. Typically, other than streaming, I'll spend it alone because I just like being alone and not having people distract me when I'm trying to do stuff. So, go ahead, guys. Sorry.
No, you didn't cut me off. I was just kind of agreeing with that. Oh, we've hit 16 degrees outside. Damn, that's good. Let's listen to them crickets.
Yes. It's 23 here, so it's about the same.
Yeah. It was 23 earlier today. Today's been a relatively cool day.
Mm-hmm. Good. It's like that meme. Good.
Let's see if you can hear the crickets now.
Yes. Hello, my little cricket friends.
Right? All the crickets are out there cricketing.
Crickets are the cricketing. I'm here for this. I'm here for the crickets. I live for the crickets.
My sister was like, she had to go back to San Antonio, and she just sent a message saying, "Really?" Apparently, it's like it's still in the like upper 20s there.
Oh, jeez.
Like, really,
ouch.
really, because she was here, just last night, sleeping with the window open and all that stuff downstairs, and she was like, "It was so nice."
No,
where it's just scalding.
Yeah.
I feel bad for my sister. Yeah, she's thinking of getting a new assignment. And she's thinking of Alaska, and I'm like, well, that's day and night.
It's a big difference, yeah. Have you thought this through?
She was in Germany for a while, and that was cool. And then
Hi, Miso.
And she was then, I mean, she's been all over the place.
Hi, Miso. Just had to let us know you were here, huh? But yeah, so like, don't get me wrong, I like hanging out with people, but I also like my privacy too. Hey, Missing.
Hey, Missing.
I feel like I can be pretty social. I mean, like, I hosted like a manga, like a how to draw manga panel at San Diego Comic-Con. So like, if I have to be social, I can. Miso, honey, you're gonna have to chill.
But what about the Midnight Crazies?
Well, she's doing the thing where she sits in my lap and she wants to be in front of my keyboard, but because my arms are moving around her, then she can't decide what she wants to do. So she's up, down, up, down, up, down, and it's like you can't be getting up and standing in front of my workspace.
That's what stops you from doing the thing I don't want you to do, though.
Pay attention to me, mother! Miso. That is my leg you're digging your claws into. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I know.
And claw marks all over my body. And I'm like, that's George. And in the middle of the night, he's decided, I'll be here. Nah, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, that's Miso. It's like, Okay, I'm gonna just like rip your leg open for no good
Is
reason.
that okay? Will that be okay? Are you okay with that? Because, I'm okay with that.
Miso, please stop. No, you can't have my drawing hand, please. If you turn around, you can have the hand that goes to the keyboard, and I'll just do all my buttons the long way. How about that? We'll find a middle ground.
Compromise.
There you go. Okay, she just wanted to lay on my arm. There we go.
It's so weird to think that, here are these animals, which, they once were like real predators and stuff. Now they're just laying on our arm.
Like, mother, I must be touching you. I must be within your realm of
Existence.
Sphere of influence. Yeah, I must be within your reach. Sphere of influence. That's the word. Yeah. It's okay, Miso. It's just my spicy water. Every day that gets closer to my dentist appointment, I'm like crying internally. Just thinking about it makes me want to start crying.
I'm sorry, what?
The dentist. Just thinking about it makes me want to start crying again. I hate the dentist. I want to start weeping. Yeah. No, please. No, please don't.
We are just kind of doing stuff. I do like those crickets, though.
Yeah, they do sound really nice.
In a minute, I might go downstairs and grab a snack or something, but I think I want to change out I have tea up here, and I'm like, I really shouldn't have tea. I should be on water at this point. So
yeah.
dump out my tea and make water instead, so that I wouldn't have to worry about it. And probably not a good idea for me to be on tea at this point in time. Kind of asking for trouble.
Oh, with it being so late.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
or we can just pull a token and just go, but why not? Why
right.
shouldn't I? I think it's the phrase, why shouldn't I?
Why shouldn't I?
How you doing, Misting?
Yeah, I know. Misting said hi, and then I haven't heard anything else. I'm hoping Misting's okay.
Yeah. Miso. What, baby? She's all zen right now. All right, let's get the official. Let's get the bamboo drawn in again. On the borbs, vampire borbs,
Vamburbs.
vampires.
Yerp. Here we go. I'm like, I want my own version of this, but I don't want to actually redraw them because this is only for one small thing, and so it's kind of like silly to build an entire 3D model out of it. Might as well just do this guy and be fine. And retrace these that are already traced. Be easier. Before I got online tonight, I was over there. I've got like this book, this small box that like holds all of my sort of memories or whatever, however you want to call it. I don't think it's really memories is the right word, but I mean, it's just a whole bunch of trinkets and things from all over my life. And I realized that I don't know if anybody knows what all of these mean. So I was like, I'll take pictures of everything. And then in the pictures, later on, I'll add in, that's what this is and this is that. And so I was like going through there and I found like the identifying tag from the family dog from when we had when we
and then the memories just smack in the face.
Yeah, but it was since I took the tag off of the dog. When I took the tag off of the dog, that was when we put her down, and the same with one of our cats. We found a little tag for her too. I was like, oh, it was very sad. I was like, Murr.
Yeah, I definitely have had days like that.
Yeah.
Where I'll be like, oh yeah, today is great, and then like you run into something and you're like,
yeah, you're like, I'm just gonna cry now.
Yeah.
That's okay with you.
I found this one song though, by the way. Like one of the things I really like to do is like to just put YouTube on sometimes and just like let it run.
Mm-hmm.
Like see what it runs into. And I found this song. Let me see if I can find it.
You can't play it though.
Yeah, I can't play it, but I'll just
we're already getting it. They're doing it again, and I actually got aggravated at this one. Somebody content struck us, and it's not somebody. It's
a strike or a claim.
Yeah, it's what it is it's the automatic function of YouTube.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
It's this auto function, and it's like, so they were doing the you have a content strike, but the last time they did it, they were like, do you accept this decision or do you want to cancel? And there was like nothing else. You could either accept it or just cancel and go back to you haven't.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
because
there was no right of protest, and I'm like, that means you just have decided arbitrarily to cut the audio out of like 30 minutes of my show, and we run only music from freaking Restream. It's all copyright free.
What I've started doing is I just like have copied my response into like a text document, and I just send it in, and like every time it like lets me rebuke it. I just deny it. Like I deny it, and it gives you a reason for it. I think it gives you like a reason why you can deny it.
Yeah.
Because I've never gotten a strike. I've gotten a claim, but I've never gotten.
Well, that's what I mean. Is that's what I've gotten is these copyright claims. But the last one.
The big difference. If you get one strike, you lose your streaming privileges.
Yeah. No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Okay. I just said the wrong word. That's all.
Okay. I was just making sure. I was like, holy shit, you got struck.
No. It's like everything. I just sometimes don't say the right words.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, but it's still aggravating because the last time it was like there's no defense. Sorry. And it was like, what? Except that this is like we don't use, and it had a, here's some rules on how you could have made this mistake. Plausibly you thought it was copyright free, plausibly you thought, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it is copyright free. It is
Mhm.
it is what Restream gives us for streaming. It's
Yep.
their music. And I think what's happened is Restream's made a new set of songs and music, and so whoever plays it first gets the copyright as far as everybody's
Oh,
concerned. So
yeah.
the first person to stream using Restream's music gets the copyright as far as everybody else is concerned, and all the other then people who use it after that must clearly be, violating copyright. And it's like,
Yeah.
no.
It's frustrating for sure.
It is
All right, I
super
put the
frustrating.
link. Oopsie. Well, maybe it's a gut paste. There we go. I put the link to the video if anyone wants to check it out. In the Discord if you guys want to check it out.
Nice.
It's one of my favorite videos. Like first, like it satisfies the oh my gosh, I need to do something. I need to do something. I need to do something. Like it satisfies like that part of my brain. And I can just zen out and work on stuff.
Yeah, I was listening to like power ballad music earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Like
I mean, it's
I
all like
haven't
game
been.
music and stuff, but it just was like
Mm-hmm.
really nice and awesome and stuff.
Yeah, for some reason, this music like I turned it on. Like it was just cycling through. It was on like picking whatever YouTube wanted to pick algorithm wise, and when I heard this, I stopped and I just listened to I just listened to it, and I was like, holy heck! Like I don't stop to listen to music, and
Right.
it just like I wanted to just stop and just enjoy it. Um, and then I put it on loop because I was like, hey, this is really nice. I'll put it on loop, and I looped it for like 3 hours. It's a really nice rhythm,
Nice. Oh,
and yeah, I like it.
that's cool.
Look at this adorable little bird. It's not gonna hurt you.
It's gonna hurt you. I'm just saying.
It will.
It will. Okay, I'll be back in a sec. I'm just gonna go dump my tea out and get water. You can sit here and listen to the crickets.
Look like they have little party hats. What, Misa? Are you comfy? Misa. You're okay, Miso. Just you're fine. Just sit between my legs. You're good. You don't want to sit there? Okay. Oh, I see. You're gonna go. You're gonna go lay in your bed. Okay.
Wow. I am back.
Welcome back. I realized I don't know how to draw sparrow beaks. Let's see. Sparrow.
Yep.
For some reason, I'm struggling with this angle here. All right, here we go. That's a good picture. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I definitely did that wrong. Okay, so this comes down here. And then bring this up. And this goes up in here. Oh, it does have a little bit of a curve up there. There we go. There we go. That looks good. Now the references, kids.
Right?
You're drawing something you've never drawn before, like a sparrow, then you should have references handy. I never I draw like I've doodled them, but I've never like intently tried to actually draw one before. They're so cute. Except when they're trying to drink your blood and kill you.
Yeah. They have issues at that point.
Cute factor limited.
Right?
Alright, here's the back. There we go. Alright. Alright, I'll do it again. Gotta do it again. I once met a friend that she's actually a really nice singer, unlike me. And she was singing a song, and she sang it so well that it flagged the song for copyright.
Nice.
And it was just her. Like it flagged, like the singer had done one of those like naked versions of the song where it was like just them and no instrumentals, and it flagged it. Like wow, the machine thought it was the actual singer. All right, let's see if I can do it right this time. It goes down and then it curves a tiny bit. They have these little horns to poke you with. And this curves this way. This little one looks cheesed. I'm very concerned. It looks like it's concerned.
I'm a little worried about you, says that burb.
Mm-hmm. I'm a what? I do what to people?
You said what?
Oh my god, it got funnier. Look at the two strokes I just made. Like, it's gone from concerned to alarmed.
Right.
That's so funny. Did you hear how many people were at, how many participants were at Comiket this year?
No.
That was this weekend. Total participants were 260,000.
Wow.
Yeah. San Diego Comic-Con had 130 guests, just guests alone, in last year. They're still waiting on numbers for this year. But like that's how big it is. It's like Comic-Con big.
Yeah. It's actually was kind of funny because we had our staff meeting, our final staff meeting for NDK.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister went with me.
Mm.
And she, and it's just like eye-opening for her or whatever. She's like, well, that's big. Because it's like people don't realize how big these things are.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are huge. They're massive. Because they always think that it's just, some kind of geek thing, and there's like 12 geeks that get together and do a thing, and they have no clue that it's just this massive monster. All of them are. The Comiket, and I mean, it's an industry. It's a massive industry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I try to tell people. Is I'm like, I try to tell people, like, think about it this way. Comiket like San Diego Comic-Con last year had 135,000 people over the course of, let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days. 130,000 people. Imagine that same number of people in one day.
Right.
Like, and then do it again the next day. Like that's how I try to get people to understand, like, this is how big it is. So, and then I finally had someone explain to me the difference between Komisha and Comiket, and realized what the difference was.
No. I don't know if I know the difference.
Komisha is indie only. No, it's Ichichisaku. There's no secondary creation or fan comic at all.
Mm.
Whereas Komiket allows cosplay and secondary creation, like parody stuff. I didn't realize that there was a difference between the two.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm doing all the research so that maybe I could go this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like watching their socials really closely this weekend to like learn and see what they did and like how they interacted and like what the data and stuff was. And Kevin, my supervisor, was like, "Stop working." He's like, "You can do that next week." I'm like, "But Kevin, my report's due on Tuesday." So I know what I get to do this week. I know I get to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
I found a really cool, like, outdated PDF and stuff. I didn't realize like the actual concept of circles was really that big and important in the indie manga community. I thought it was like a niche thing that some people did. I didn't realize it was like core to like the indie manga community. Just cool.
What was it called? Indie model? What?
They're called circles, Dojin circles.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I didn't realize like how they actually worked until like I started doing some of this research.
Gotcha.
I mean, but it's kind of like what Red Team Go was, like a circle.
Mm-hmm. Or for that matter, Quack.
True.
I mean, this is just us doing our things, you know.
Nah, yeah. Naruhodo.
I always love that word. That word's got another great. I mean, it's just such a great.
It is a good word.
It's like I understand completely. I really get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a good word, good solid word.
So, what's the difference between something like that and like wakarimasu?
So wakarimasu is I understand, but it is. I mean, well,
is there like a cultural difference in the use of each one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, well, okay. So here's the thing. I'm talking about something, and I say it in kind of a code, right? You get kind of like those people who are like, she and I were together last night. Together, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like, we don't actually say what we're trying to say. We're just kind of using like code or whatever. And so you can use naruhodo. And that really, I get it. No, I get it. I know what you mean. I'm understanding what you're saying. There was a time when I was in the dojo, and Sensei was talking about clearing the zone before letting somebody go across and retrieve arrows. There's like a procedure that we have to go through before somebody cross in front, because you're crossing in front of archers.
Yeah, it's the same at like a range here. It's the same.
Right. So before you go retrieve your arrows, you have to clap twice and wait for all the archers to say something. And so he was doing that. He was saying to me in Japanese, he was like, look, we clap twice and then you wait. And he was like, like you wait. You don't go until you hear every archer say, "Hai dozo." And then when you hear every single one, he's like, you count them like that. You know what I mean? Like he was being really specific. And he goes, we just had a kid killed at a high school 2 weeks ago because they didn't wait. Do you understand? You know what I mean? Like he was being very specific. And I was like, that's the time you go, naruhodo. Like, I get that. I understand what you're saying. I follow exactly what you mean. And we did. We did. We had some kid went to clear the clear the retrieve arrows, and just didn't clap and didn't wait, and jumped right out into the firing line as somebody was shooting. And they shot him, and he died, and it was one of those things. So Sensei was being double sure that I understood.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
especially as like a foreigner and having to speak to you in a foreign language.
right. He was like, "Are you following everything I'm saying here?"
So Naruhodo is more like I'm following, I'm comprehending, and then Wakarimasu is more like I am, like I understand, like it's like I understand, and like yes, I understand the information that you have given me in more
Right.
like a flat way.
Right. Well, it's like this. So I'm using a black pen here. You'd say, "Oh yeah, I get that."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's wakarimasu, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I say, "Look, I use black pen because if I use white pen, it ruins the print." There's like more depth to it there. You know what I mean? There's like more to it than just
like, slightly more contextual,
right,
rather than like literal.
Yeah, like in this instance, if I were to say, we use a black pen because the white pen would ruin all of the printing down the road, there's more than just one step to it. You know what I mean? Like, there's more than just, hey, use a black pen. It's more like we have to use the black pen or the white pen will ruin everything or whatever. When I work for my driving school, we have to use a blue pen on all of our paperwork. And so, the manager will say, we have to use a blue pen. If you use any other color pen, the kid will not receive their driver's license.
Oof.
You know what I mean? Like I get it. It's not just please use a blue pen because I like blue pens. It's the DMV will reject their driver's license because you wrote it in red.
So that's more of a wakarimasu.
That's naruhodo. That's because there's more than one step.
Right? Oh, okay, more than one step. Yep.
Yes, there's like more than. It's not just we use blue pens because the boss likes to use blue pens. It's we use blue pens because if you don't, the kids do not get their driver's license. Oh, naruhodo. I get it.
Yeah, because when I'm listening to the assistants talk to each other, especially when they're getting directions from Atsu, who's like like the head of the do, he's like the lead assistant, he's the owner of the studio. I'll hear them sometimes say wakarimasu and sometimes say naruhodo, and I was wondering if there was like a difference between.
There is. Naruhodo means that you're understanding not just what I said. So you know how we say some people listen and some people hear. And the meaning behind that is that some people will, they can hear what you said. They heard you say words, but boy, they did not get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one of them is listen and one of them is hear.
Okay. That makes sense.
Same sort of, and sometimes it's okay to just hear. You know what I mean? Like, please take the trash out. Okay, I got it. You'll need to use the blue bags when you take the trash out. Cool. That's just wakarimasu.
Wakarimasu.
Yeah. Or if we're friends, like you and I are friends, you just say wakata.
Wakata. Oh yeah, the top form.
Right? Because we use the casual form because we're buddies. We don't need to use like the seriously complicated forms. Oh man, Sensei would crack down on me for using familiar forms with him. He was I'm your sensei. You don't use that form with me. Sorry. I think still the funniest thing though, the first time he met Mariah, he talked to her and she was doing so much better in Japanese than I was. And so I said, this is my girlfriend Mariah, because we weren't married at the time. And he talked to her and he was like, hi, it's good to meet you. I'm his sensei. Da, 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 da. And she's like, oh yeah, I've heard a lot about you. Da, 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 da. And then he goes, your Japanese is so good. Why are you with this guy? Like, dude,
don't shoot me down, Ramon. Girlfriend, damn.
He just totally burned me. That was awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah, I miss Sensei a lot. he passed away a few years ago.
Hmm.
And so I can't go back and visit him. I'm going to have to go visit his grave when I go back.
I dread the day I have to go visit some of my teachers' graves.
Yeah. He was a good guy. I think my dojo still, I mean, I don't know who's running my dojo, but I know one of my dojo mates intentionally follows me on Facebook and constantly likes various things that I post, as in I'm still here, we're still connected.
Aww.
And it's like, because I don't think she has any clue what I'm writing about, you know?
Yeah.
But she's fulfilling, I'm assuming she was assigned the task by Sensei. And she is
Keep
fulfilling
you.
her task still 15 freaking years later.
Amazing.
Still doing the same task that he gave her. And I'm like, that's dedication.
Yeah.
That's dedication. Yeah, and she's pretty cool. I like her. Her profile picture is a photograph I took of her.
Oh.
And it's still the same profile pic. Like
That's
she hasn't
funny.
changed it in 20 years, 15 years or whatever.
Oh wow.
And it's like, huh. Just nice. It's rather lovely that she still, that's a thing.
Yeah.
She was cool. I like her. And I hope I can go back and say hi to her and get back into the dojo. So I was actually talking about, if I go back, I'm gonna park my bow at my sister's house, and I was talking to her about that, and she's like, "Aren't you gonna take your bow with you?" And I'm like, you know what? I'm not, because it's a pain in the butt, for one. Two, if I don't join a dojo, I'll borrow a bow. And then I'll go. I'm gonna hit the Kudo store while I'm there and get my colorful arrows that I wasn't allowed to get last time I was. Since they banned me from the super colorful arrows, he was like, "You can't have these." I was like, "What?" He's like, "The entire school is very nature oriented. These are not natural colors." And I'm like, "No, it's not. It's like nuclear yellow and purple." And he's like, "You can't have those." I'm like, "Oh."
He's like, "That's exactly why you can't have them, guys."
I even said, "Sensei, you've known me for 3 years." And he goes, "Yes, that's why I'm telling you can't have these."
Because I know you will get them if I don't tell you you can't.
You'll get those if I tell you can't.
That's funny.
And I'm like, hey, they're for sale in a Japanese store. That at least should say that it's not stupidly weird, Oh well.
But they are weird because I'm Sensei and you have to follow
do what I
say.
Yeah. I miss him though. He was funny as hell. He was a good guy. I mean, like, he was just a good, calm fella.
I find that a lot of people that do Kyudo and like those, you have to be calm and chill in those kinds of sports.
Because it's not.
I mean, that's the whole point.
It is the point. I mean, that's entirely the point. Is it's a calm martial art. It's all about Zen.
That's why I liked it. Is it like when I would start and I would like agitated, it forces you to chill. Otherwise, you can't get a good shot.
Yeah.
Like you have to control your breathing. You have to chill. Like it was really, really. I mean, not Kyudo specifically, just like archery in general was really nice.
Well, Kyudo is specifically so. You can't even make the next belt unless you're calm internally.
Yeah, I always wanted to do Kyudo, but just never had the ability to do that. But I love like watching. It's so calming just to watch them shoot.
If you're ever back out here, ever again,
I'm sure I will be.
I will happily give you Kyudo lessons.
I'd really like to move out there, and when I was looking at places I wanted to move, they weren't too enthusiastic about me moving out to Colorado, just because that's another time zone that we have to think about. Because I think right now most of us are Eastern and Central, and then we have a couple in Europe. And so we're trying to keep everyone in as few time zones as possible. Like, we don't care where you live in the time zone, just be in the time zone. Right. Yeah, they're demon burbs.
Demon burbs.
Aren't they just the cutest little demon burbs? Well, they're not technically demons, they're just burbs. Well, I mean, I guess they are. I guess they are. Miso.
That's, you just totally did re your brains for me right there.
Huh?
Re your brains. Have you ever heard that that song? Oh, it's a great song. It's by a guy named Jonathan Colton, and he does some of the funniest frickin' songs. But there's a song he does called "Re Your Brains," and effectively, it's, you know, the song is, you know, hey Bob, it's Tom from the, you know, area down the hall. You know, hey, been a long time, buddy. How you been? You know, things have been great for me, except that I'm a zombie now. Really hope you'll let me in. You know, and it's like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's all the techno speak, you know. It's like, you know, I understand that, you know, you don't want to have a meeting right now, but we really just want to eat your brains. And then, you know, one of the lines in there is like, come on, Bob, we're not really a monster. Well, I guess I am. Yeah, I am.
I guess. Well, I guess I am.
It's just like the whole song is like that. It's just so freaking funny, and it's a great song. Yeah. Jonathan Colton, he's a good guy.
That's funny.
The song is like, all we want to do is eat your brains. We're not unreasonable.
It's just this little snack.
I mean, no one's gonna eat your eyes. All we want to do is eat your brains. We're at an impasse here. Maybe we should compromise. If you open up the door, we'll all come inside and eat your brains.
Oh my goodness.
It's such a great song.
That's so funny. It's like a completely like nonsensical song, but like it's just fun to listen to.
It is a wonderful thing.
Sometimes those are the better ones, to be honest, like the nonsensical ones.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. I don't know. Sometimes I just really like it when it's weird, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like it when it's somewhat geeky, like, you know, makes references to Star Trek or makes references to, you know, like internal references. Because you can always find, you know, people who will make references to Star Trek, but like, yeah, they didn't really watch it. They know it's a cultural thing, so.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. Yeah,
like, I'm making a Spock reference, and okay, thanks, because everybody knows Spock, you know.
Yeah. I just, because I've never watched it, like I don't, like, I miss out on a lot of like the jokes and memes and stuff.
That's so. Right.
Unless someone explains it to me, and like then I get it, and like, okay, now I know what this meme means, so now I can use it and look like maybe I know what I'm talking about.
Right. Well, and that's one of those, and it depends. I mean, like, Trekkies can be remarkably detailed oriented. I keep thinking about that every time. I'm like, you know, what was it? Somebody did something, and it's like they did something, and it was with Trekkies, and then they did something like we weren't sure whether they would whether they would be able to do all of this stuff. And I was like, my God, Trekkies are just super detail oriented. That's they're going to be able to do whatever it is you're wanting them to do. I mean, that's like a thing. Yeah. They're Trekkies.
It's like a challenge accepted,
right? I mean, like there's almost 900 episodes of Star Trek now. I mean, we're really approaching like a seriously high number of episodes, and you can still get Trekkies who will just pull any of them. You know what I mean? Like can pull any of these episodes
from memory. Mm-hmm.
From memory.
That's what's happening with
people, and I'm like, I feel like that's just. I keep wondering what things are being knocked out of my brain so I can remember all these.
So you can fill it with Star Trek, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like something's replacing everything with. There's got to be space somewhere here.
Right. It's like, well, at what cost?
With lyrics.
I can remember all these things, but at what cost?
Right. We don't talk about Pluto.
Pluto? Oh, that's funny.
Okay, that's good. I'm liking that one already.
That's a good one. That's genius. Whoever came up with that, like, deserves, like, something for that.
Right.
They read all the books, but they can't find the answers. That was really good timing for that line to come up in the song I'm listening to.
We don't talk about Pluto, no.
I heard there was some conspiracy theory that the reason why the world's falling apart is because we've upset the god Pluto by declassifying it. I thought it was pretty funny.
It is pretty funny. Oh my God, it's already midnight. Look at us. Damn.
Oh, wow.
Just kind of cooking along, not paying attention.
Yeah, that went really quickly today.
Yep.
I was going to say, wow, I didn't get a lot done on this panel, but I forgot I did this whole upper panel too. I did a lot up there. Can't rush greatness. Not with these demon sparrows. Holy heck, someone just sent me 23 messages.
It was me. No, I didn't. It'd be funny if it was me, though. One sentence at a time. I was like, I talk to my kids about this when I talk about texting and driving.
Oh, it's a group chat.
And I'm like, it's never what you think it is. It's always something you don't think about, because I'm trying to tell them that you can't just, you don't want to assume that it won't be, that you'll be texting and that you won't ever text and drive because you don't know when that'll occur. And I was like, because it's always going to be that one guy. You know, you've got that one friend. Everybody has that one friend. They cannot seem to understand the concept of a paragraph. So they send one sentence, and then they send another sentence, and then
Oh,
they
I'm
send
sorry.
another sentence,
That's
and then
me.
another sentence. And
That's
so
me.
you're sitting with the phone exploding over here, and you're like, that's got to be my mom. It must be an emergency. You know?
Yeah.
Really, it's just that one idiot friend of yours. That's pretty funny.
I don't know who the hell these people are. I just got added to this random group chat, and they're just chatting, having a good time, and I don't know who anyone is.
You're like, thank you. You guys are really wonderful. Who are you?
It's like random group chat. Like I kind of know one person in it, but like I've only known them for like a few hours. Like I don't know who this person. So I don't know what this group is or like who they
Yeah,
are.
I'm having a real problem. There's like all these sudden group chat things showing up in Facebook now. And I'm like, I don't get what this group chat thing is. You know, why are there chats started? What does that mean? You know? Like I got a Star Trek group that started up a group chat the other day, and I'm like, oh yeah, I will lose an entire day arguing over the finer points of warp drive if I get into this. And I can already tell it's what's going to happen.
Like I'm trying to figure out like what.
There we go. That took the entire night, but I think that looks kind of cool as far as like the medical room with a big open window that looks out over the city. Looks cool. It totally is, and I've got absolutely no problem, and definitely could happily and blissfully go on for hours upon hours about Star Trek. It looks good to me too. I think it's solid. This is not going to be a happy room, though. This is going to be a sad room. Part of the story. But I will save as scene. And yeah. Oh, thank you. No sad scenes. I still can't think of the word. I even posted to r/writing and said, guys, what does this word mean when you add something to somebody's, or it is part of somebody's tapestry as a character? It's not the word tapestry. And they
Oh,
came
did
up
you
with
figure out what it was?
No. I even asked my sister, and my sister and I sat there for like 40 minutes trying to Google something, anything that would work. And it was just so funny. It's like we could not come up with anything. It was just so freaking funny.
Brain loading. I like to tell my friends that when that happens to me, it's like a brain loading situation.
Mm-hmm.
So this chat, apparently this person had been telling people that I was their girlfriend. Either that or it's just like a troll. group, whatever.
Oh, well, that's a
But
thing.
yeah, like it's super fucking weird. They like they they somehow opened their they somehow were able to message me even though we had no servers in common. So I was like, that's really weird. Like, why did you message me? And I figured maybe they were like in a server that we had talked to before.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, like I'm a writer, blah 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 blah. Like I make comics and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Like I'm a pretty chill person. I like making friends and stuff.
Sure.
So like I just started chilling with him, and I stopped talking to him at like 3, and then he just invites me to this group, and he's like, oh, I was telling everyone that you're my girlfriend, and I'm like, dude, that's so fucking cringy and gross, and I just left.
Yeah, that's like really weird. Who does that?
Yeah, that's so fucking weird.
Dude?
Who does that? People who are trolling, and like looking for people to mess with. You know, like I guess they do that now.
That's a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, they do that because they like the reactions that people give them. It's literally trolling.
It's what they used to do when they used to prank call.
Yeah, but yeah, it's basically prank calling but for Discord. And so it's like, dude, that's like really cringy and gross, and then I left. Like, don't even give them more time than like you have to.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Basically.
It's the same thing as mom had to put up with when I was a kid. I remember stuff like that.
Yeah, sometimes I like to mess with people though, and just like play along and like try to, just because I'm bored, maybe I'll try to like mess with them back if I'm bored enough.
Hey, Michael.
Hi, Michael. What's up?
Sup?
Sup? I've never had that happen before. I've never had someone add me to a group and be like, oh, it'd be like an obvious troll group. Like I've never had that happen before. Other than like the stupid like Twitter DMs where it's like trying to invite me to like Amazon Line or something.
Setting up a new tablet just sounds imposing.
Stressful.
Yeah. Nope, don't do that. We're going over just a little bit because we actually have stuff we're doing, so we're being remarkably successful. So
yeah, apparently I'm entertaining trolls too. So
troll entertainment.
Well, at first I kind of wanted to stay like I have just like pure curiosity. Like what is this? Right. But now it's not even worth it. Like I'm trying to draw. I got better stuff to do.
Yeah. Well, and I almost have this room done. Once I have this room done, we can start working on it and actually doing the work.
Mm-hmm. They're probably just kids being bored or something.
Yeah, we get a couple of them on here that we've had a couple of times.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you guys go somewhere else, man.
I had one time when I was still streaming on Twitch, I had this user that was like one of the very first people that like followed me on Twitch. Mm-hmm. And they were fine until like a few months in, and then they just like flipped, like completely personality change, like extremely hostile. They wanted me to do something as far as like draw something specific, I think. And then they dropped the R word like a lot, like in a short succession. And I had to tell them like, dude, that's not okay. Like you can't do that.
Right.
Like you can't call people that. Like that's not acceptable here. And then they started going off on me, like, how dare you try to tell me like what I can and can't do? Like, I pay you, I support you because they like subscribe to me. Like, I can do whatever the heck that I want in your chat, blah blah blah. Like I'm the reason why you're even making any money at all. Like you owe me. They just like flipped their crap. And then I went ahead and like blocked them. I don't know if I wasn't sure if I like refunded their sub. I don't know if I can do that, but like I don't think that was the thing at that time. And then they kept making like either they were making new accounts or like they already had multiple accounts and were changing the names to stuff like cat is a fat B word, or like I'm like cat is so ugly, like just like usernames like that were insulting to me or trying to be insulting to me. And they came back like 5 times with new accounts. And I was like, wow, you have nothing better to do.
Right?
Like look at this, buddy. And I just like blocked every single one. Like he got like one message in and then I blocked him.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, son.
It's so weird too, because it's like, why would you do that? I mean, I don't know.
Parasocial relationship, I think. It's the parasocialness of it. And like they didn't even come in my streams all that often. So it's like, yeah, sure, like you like yeah, like I'll give you that credit. Like you are like supporting me financially, but that doesn't give you the right to like say these really terrible words to people.
Right?
Like it's who do you think you are?
Yeah, that's just strange.
Yeah, people are silly. One of my favorite songs just came on. Yay! I've got my like personal radio on, and "Come" by Namiya Muto just came on.
Oh yeah. Bye, Namiya. I got like her Hero song is on my big playlist, and it was like one of the last things she did before she retired. And then I was like all disturbed because she retired. And because I had been like listening to her since she was with the Super Monkeys. And every time I think about that, I'm like, God, I mean, like I was old, when she was young and 15 or something like that with the Super Monkeys. I was in my 20s and I was like, wow, I like this sound, and stuff like that. And now she's actually retired. So I've like literally stayed with this artist all the way through her entire life cycle.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, I really feel old now.
Oof. Oof. That deserves an oof.
That's an oof moment. I'm like, oh, God. I'm so old.
That just means you get to use the "Get Off My Lawn" gif.
Right?
Get off my lawn. I do that all the time now with like my server. I'll like jokingly like throw a "Get Off My Lawn" gif.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this. This is gonna be fine. This will be fine. All right. I am going to shut us down then.
All right.
Because I think it's time for me at least to go to bed.
I gotta get up in the morning.
Walk with my buddy. Oh, I don't have to walk with my buddy tomorrow. Ooh, I can sleep in. You're not nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, folks, for hanging with us tonight. I appreciate it. We will see you guys. I'll be broadcasting tomorrow morning. We'll also be broadcasting tomorrow night. I'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you for joining me again, Jackson. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for having me. Really quick, if you guys are on my channel, I have my new schedule on the profile, my landing page. I'll be getting a community tab post out there and sharing my new schedule across social media. So I'll be doing my best to be streaming with Guy for the night streams.
Which I appreciate. It's nice to have company.
Mm-hmm. And it helps me stay productive too, so it benefits us both.
Yeah. Cool. Well, good night, everybody. Have a good evening, and remember, keep your eyes on the stars. Bye-bye.
Good night.